Hey, welcome. I am your host, Captivating Christian, and this is another wonderful episode of Politics and Wellness. And one moment, because StreamYard is acting up right now, so I think I'm just going to take this background down and just do it that way, because, we're having technical issues right now. All right. Can't have looking all crazy. Hello, and welcome everybody. Hope all is well. What's going on, Rico? The Brett, how are you? Brother Nate, just let me know when you're ready. Hopefully everybody is having a great week. I know I did not do a previous heads up, but it was running very late. Work came running and I had to finish doing what I was doing that pays the bills. And get to you guys so we can have a nice evening. So excuse me for, a little rushness, but I'll get into it. Don't worry about it. We'll get it together. And those that are here. And, those who catch on the replay. I will say the views have been going a little bit witchy-washy, but I understand that because I haven't put up notices for people to have enough time. And then there's been a lot of stuff going on in the streets as well. All right, no problem. You're listening in bed, Melissa. Great. Thank you for listening. Thank you for stopping through. Lynn T, it's always a pleasure to see you. For the name, I know you said you were ready, so here you go.
Good evening. How's everybody doing?
Good evening.
Okay, and you can hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay, very good.
Hey,
Rico. Hey, Lynn T, long time no see. Melissa, hope you're feeling better. Hey, Randall, how you doing, man?
Hey, Randall Thompson, how are you, sir? Let's see. How's your week, first and foremost? So how's your week been since, I guess, previously till now?
Fine. And yours?
It's been okay. I will just quickly say soliciting prayers for some family members that are ill at the moment. But, we pray for recovery and all that good stuff. And one definite prayer that grandma slows her ass down a little bit.
Grandma out there?
Grandma's always been out there. She's she's like the church superwoman, soup kitchen, food pantry, all that stuff. Like she goes hard. And to be almost 90 years old, still going hard, God bless her, but she need to slow her ass down. Gave me a bit of a scare. So it was like,
they do that.
Yeah. But thank God she is doing better. She's okay. And like I said, other family members are dealing with some issues and situations that we're kind of, praying for recovery. So dealing with that, and then everybody's saying, you don't have to come. And I'm just like, don't tell me that, because then I'll feel some type of way if I don't come and something, whatever. But she said, boy, you heard what I said. So
Oh, well, yeah, when they say that.
Yeah, I heard my mother say, well, my mother said, don't come. So I adhered. But so just keeping everyone, in prayer as we deal with these things. That is so, I wish I could do. I need to get me a new word to wise, get a new cam so I could do the.
I told you it's not a new cam, man. I don't buy nothing new.
No, I know it's not. I know it's not new for you. I'm just saying I need to.
Update. You got an old phone laying around there. Everybody's gonna have some old Apple phones laying around. You won't be able to get parts for that shit.
Well, no, I don't. I don't utilize my Apple phone for this.
You don't have an old one laying around?
Yeah, probably somewhere. But I might just want to updating my iPad and getting a new iPad and use.
Well, you better get it now. They ain't gonna have no parts left.
You know what?
you know they locking down China.
China's shutting down. Yeah, that is crazy. But I say all that to say, praying for the Braxton family. Of course, we've heard this week that Tracy Braxton has succumbed to
esophageal
cancer. Yeah, esophageal cancer, which is cancer of the esophagus, which from reading had come along from acid reflux. Years of acid reflux problems, and some that have gone untreated or for a long period of time, and some other things I'm sure of it. But it just was like, wow, we need to stay on top of our health and not let some things that we seem to consider to be small and mundane to go unnoticed or untreated. So prayers out to her and the
Yeah.
Black family. I think just about last year or the year before, they lost a niece
Yes.
to a drug overdose.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely prayers out to them during this time and their time of loss. But yeah.
Yeah, and I would like people to stop. When people are starting to look bad, don't just assume that they're on drugs. Because that's always like the first thing that they'll say.
Right. Why do they do that? I mean, they make the woman feel so bad she took the picture down. But I just don't I don't understand that. It's like just either pray for the person or, whatever.
Because they did that with Chadwick Boseman.
Right. Until they found out that, he had cancer, and the whole time he was filming all those movies, he was suffering from colon cancer. So
everybody just stop assuming. I mean, it's bad, but they have enough going on. So, stop assuming that everybody's strung out on something.
Please do, because everybody's not strung out on stuff. I just wanted to move the mic out of there because I didn't want people to.
You can't have big black things in your face. Yeah. Hey, Patty Duke. Hey, Miss Philadelphia, how you doing?
Hi, Miss Philadelphia. Yeah, apparently you can't have big black things in your face. It's so much to talk about. So let's just get it started. Because
or red things.
Huh?
Or red things.
Please. Let's not even go there. Gorilla things, all types of things. Keep them away from your face.
Yeah, don't.
Keep them away from your face. But anyway, let's get to news updates first. All right. I grabbed what I could during all my running around as far as updates that you did send me, but I did take a gander at this news update in regards to the Black woman, the women's basketball player who is in Russia
Gardner.
right now. Brittany Gardner, correct? Who's in Russia right now?
That's one tall one.
She is one very tall.
Yes, Lord.
Drink of.
Oh yes. Yes.
She is in Russia. They gave the thumbs up that she is well. She is in contact with her Russian lawyer, and they are in contact with the Russian government as well as the United States government. And due to her high profile status, not only in the United States, but in Russia as well, because she has played for Russia plenty of times, that they don't foresee anything happening to her. And if it does, they know Russia would have hell to pay. But I mean, I don't know how well I, surmise that to be safety, but still praying out to her and her family that she does come home safely. There was a few reports that like here in the United States, there was some leniency on the amount or what type of herbal refreshments, shall you say, that you could have over there. And recently the law had changed, which caused this bit of grip on her being in custody. However, what she's being charged with, or the amount she's being charged with, far exceeds normal, what should have been a misdemeanor. They're trying to overdo it.
Of course, they're going to use her as a pawn,
right? Right.
And we have to remember too that just because we don't hear anything in the news, you have to really kind of play it carefully,
right?
Because you don't want to jump the gun, and you don't want her to disappear in their system.
Right.
Because they don't have the best track record. They actually have TB going around, and the R, they have that going around also. Right. So it's not the most hospitable place. You think our prison system's bad? Theirs is 10 times worse.
And not to mention, they're not very hospitable to Black people in general.
Oh, and the children.
And the children. And she happens to be part of the LGBT community. And of course, Putin, who looks like he belongs in some kind of twink video, riding horseback on horses with no shirt on.
Showing all his breasts.
Right, whatever. He himself is strongly against people of the LGBTQ community. So, always gotta stay prayed up to somebody or something. Yeah. It's really getting ridiculous out here. And for us in general, you know what I'm saying? We all over we're being attacked. Here at home in the States and worldwide. So let's keep everybody in some sort of prayer, or whomever you pray to, if you do at all. Let's do that. Otherwise, anything else you wanted to add to that?
No.
Okay. Moving right along into some other updates. I don't know if there's something else you sent me, because I just received one thing that I thought was interesting, so I'll discuss that before we get into the rest of this other stuff real quick. And once I find it, we'd be all right. Oh, the Von Elliott Cook, is it? Or is it Elliott Cook? The young man who I was trying to pull up the picture, but it didn't save to my it didn't save to what I was doing. But really is the was it Dunkin' Donuts?
Oh, yes.
So the gentleman worked at Dunkin' Donuts. Black young man worked at Dunkin' Donuts. He was called the N-word by a white patron.
And somebody got frosted. That's right. What happened.
And he got his ass popped for using that word. However, the young man who was defending himself after being called the racial slur has been placed on house arrest.
Well, but you didn't let him know that the person that got punched, he died from he struck his head.
Yeah, I know.
Died.
I was going to get
to that. I was waiting for them to. Oh well, go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead. No, that's fine. Because I just wanted to,
Oh, you wanted? I know you wanted it to marinate.
Yes. Marinate on the one side and then flip it over. So he's placed on house arrest. However, they're saying that he was placed on house arrest because the man that he wound up hitting hit his head, and of course has succumbed to set injury, which is
see what niggers will get you.
Which is the reason why he was placed on house arrest. And again, I'm just like, well, you shouldn't be walking around calling people the N-word if you're in bad health to begin with. I mean, I'm just saying. Again, it's like the video from Sunday ago or 2 Sundays ago, where the gentleman had said the N-word. The cracker the saltine had said the N-word, because people like that's the name that they deserve.
Be racist.
And he kept saying it. Yeah.
Was this to the gentleman in the store?
No, this was in like a Fridays or Ruby Tuesdays or something.
Oh, the older guy. Oh yes.
Slapping
who got Fred? Out. He got Fred Sanford on that.
He was slapping the white Jesus out that man. Good God. Yeah, so I mean, listen, if the little white boy can run around with a rifle and shoot up some people and it be okay, somebody saying the N-word and getting slapped and happen to, lose his balance, fall or whatever and hit his head, I really don't. I mean, house arrest, it's not as bad as actually being in prison, but even still, like, I really don't. I don't know.
I just knew that he was going to get worse.
Yeah. And maybe it's just me. I thought really they were going to throw the book at him and be like, okay, well, so it's okay for them to walk around here and call us or say whatever they feel, and it's supposed to be okay. And granted, yeah, putting your hands on somebody can send your ass to jail. That is in no shape or form are we saying, go ahead and bless somebody. But at the same time,
Pastor Nate's here. He would say bless him.
Lay hands on somebody. But at the
He'd say
same
bless
time,
his heart. That's what he would say. Bless his heart.
If don't go around signing checks that your ass
can't cash. That's right.
And that's just rule of thumb for anybody.
Well, you gotta be careful about that too.
Right.
I'll just get money out your own goddamn account. You get arrested. God damn.
Right. Or some people come try to get money out their accounts and they get declined. Mm-hmm. And don't be on YouTube trying to just swipe and decline, because you forever will be embarrassed.
People learn to stop embarrassing themselves.
6 figures and can't even get 2 figures out the bank account. Yeah, well, so anyway, with that, we just have to be mindful that, yes, these saltines are out here and they are on the loose, but, a lot of times we may want to lay the pan on a lot of these people, but, it's not really worth it. At the end of the day, that young man probably will lose his job after this. And I'm sure they're hanging on to him. So, they don't get the bad rap of firing a black person who was called the N-word. But I'm sure somewhere down the line, they will wind up letting him go once it all dies down and disappears.
Hey, Willie, how you doing?
Jesus. All right. So,
yeah, but they have to remember too that you got to be careful when you say that N-word. You invoke the ancestors. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's right. This is what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I just don't. I don't understand it. Like, we're not that same generation. We're
and
not
the spirit is the spirit is strong. I'm telling you, the spirit is strong.
It is.
Some would say the force, but the spirit is strong.
The force, the spirit, it's all strong. A minute too, I pulled my had an incident and pet pulled my nose ring and made it bleed a little bit. So yeah, it's a little spot right here.
Wait, snatched it out?
Yeah, that was Ow.
Didn't rip it, just
snatched it out. Yeah, just snatched it out.
Would you have the hoop in?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're awkward feeling. I'll stick with the stud.
Yeah, so I'll chill out for a second. So I was like, oh no, I'm taking this out right now. I don't care if I have a red dot on my nose, so please excuse it. But I still look good. It's better to say than a lot of other people.
Put coconut oil on it.
It's on there. It's on there. So with that, yeah, we hope that this young man can do out his time and be okay with that. Although I just find it to be a bit, I don't know, maybe it's just me.
Hopefully he'll be able to keep working.
Yeah,
and I'm sure he will.
Thing. Right.
I'm sure he will.
That's my
because he had called the police on this guy anyway, and this guy just insisted.
Right.
So
I think we talked about last week, just for a quick update, about Congress putting forth the reparations agenda to the floor and sending it to Biden. But Congresswoman Jackson Lee of the great state of Texas, who has been championing this cause for, they say 30 years, but I'm sure it's probably
it's been long.
Yeah,
it's been
I know.
A long time.
It's been long. I'm saying I think it's probably been longer than 30 years, but her and others, the late Congressman Conyers and Cummings, and a few others have always been championing this cause to have reparations issued to the folks. Again, I'm more concerned about the form that it will present itself, because it always presents itself when it's dealing with us as some sort of government program that, i.e., everybody cannot get into, everybody can't be a part of, or some kind of funds that everybody doesn't get. When they do other programs for the others, everybody gets every damn dime. Monetarily, also with shut up. Also with land and everything. So I really just don't, I'm past the kumbaya, let's give them some education, give them some educational funding and granting and all that kind of stuff. I'm over that. I really just think give these people their just due, give them their money and let them do with it what they choose to.
Well, see, and that's what the holdup is.
But I mean, that's always been the holdup. But even from the quote unquote white allies, that's their first question. Well, we give them money. What are they going to do with it? It sounds
that's not the point. That's not the point. Nobody else, when they receive reparations, don't tell me what the fuck to do with what you owe me for the damage that you have done.
Right.
Plain and simple.
And continue to do.
And continue, because if I wanted to blow it on 40 whores and I could do it, I had to ask you for what brand of coconut oil, but
you sound like
if I wanted to, but seriously, if I wanted to do
like
that,
Umar Johnson with that one though.
Sound like who?
With like Dr. Umar Johnson, like that one with blowing it on 40 whores. But I'm bringing the school. I'm bringing the school. Yeah,
Lindsay, you may not want a mule when you have to go out there and scoop up some poop.
Yeah, I don't think
those,
I don't think I want to
ask for 40 acres and a Hyundai.
Right, yeah.
You get that 10-year warranty. It's well worth it.
Right.
Well worth it. But see, that's the problem that I have with that. Because whenever it comes to reparations, they always talk about, well, we don't want to cut a check. That, you know what? You ought to be thankful that these people haven't uprose and stomped your asses to death.
Right.
Stop telling people what they should do.
Yeah, what they should do with their own funding. You didn't tell any of that. Like, you didn't tell the Japanese when you put them in concentration camps in San Francisco during,
especially when you were writing checks and just tossing funds all around.
You didn't
just
do
fucking
that.
Stop it.
You don't do that to the Native Americans. That even though you still try to drill in their land, you don't tell them to those that you gave the Mohegan Sun Casino to, or to any other casino that they nicely, richly enrich themselves or some of themselves on it. You don't tell them how to spend it or what to spend it on. So then why, when it comes to us, or even the idea of giving Black people funds for the years of,
because it's going to come out of their pockets. It's less money that they can steal from the public. That's what it boils down to.
But they've been okay. But they've
they've been stealing, but it's less money that they can less money. When you're greedy, you're real greedy. That's not little greedy. Yeah. There's no such thing as little.
Yeah. At least not when it comes to that. Yeah.
Yeah, because it comes to greed.
That is crazy.
But seriously, that's the shit that pisses me off about it.
Right.
These motherfuckers going to tell you how to reimburse for the atrocities.
Right.
We don't have to go over all the horrific things that have happened. Mm-hmm. You're lucky that, especially now with all them passing all these gun bills, you don't have to have licenses and shit. That we don't march on. We'll show them how to do a June 16th.
Right.
I mean June 6th. I'm sorry.
June 6th. Yeah, I know what you meant. But they are and they're very fearful of that. I don't understand. Like, you weren't that fearful.
You know what? They should be. And they should be, because there's motherfuckers like me out here that get tired of seeing the stupid shit and kumbaya and shit.
Yeah.
We just sitting back and waiting.
I'm telling you. Tired. That really is.
It gets old real. This should have been settled so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been settled long ago. And it's going to boil down to the collapse of the country as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's already headed that way.
Oh, it's the white boys.
Yeah.
When this shit goes down, it's those white boys that did this shit.
Right.
Understand? Seriously.
No, I understand. I
Seriously.
agree. But I think also they're going to try to, as they always do, kind of throw the gold post or, spin it that, it's not really this what it is. It's, I mean, just like they do, again, critical race theory and all these other alternative history facts that show the real truth of what happened, how it happened, where things actually began, and all of the individuals that were involved in the, I don't want to say forming, but in the kind of development of this country we call the United States. Instead of excluding and making it only look like a white man's club, which, speaking of white man's club, Ted Cruz, just because this popped in my head, had the audacity to say that Joe Biden's Sleepy Joe, that sounds like a sloppy Joe for old people.
Oh, a sleepy.
But had the nerve to say that Joe Biden's Supreme Court pick of a black woman was racist. And I'm just like, yo, how fucking dumb.
They're pulling out all the stops. Never be surprised what they'll do.
When the Supreme Court has been nothing but white men throughout until recently. I think Ruth Bader Ginsburg might have been first. Or some, yeah, I think there was one other person, some old racist woman, but she wasn't, I don't think the United States, but the full court, but she was on the Supreme Court of some southern state. I can't think of her name, but just old racist baddie woman. But anyway, yeah, I just was like, yo, how so this is okay? I really don't. I was just like, dude, what?
Stop trying to figure him out. He is what he is.
But your last name is Cruz,
and we all know that.
But
isn't it like Raphael or some shit like that?
Yeah, but I get it that you probably identify as.
Well, of course, he wants to be adjacent too.
Yeah,
just like the majority of those, a lot of these other Latinos that want to align themselves with whiteness. The ones that and the Cubans that identify as being white adjacent.
But you don't think that you might be next? You don't.
I think when it comes down, we're not. It's either you pick your side that you're on, and just go for it.
Just ride with it.
And just go for broke. It's gonna be a light and dark.
Yeah,
it is. It's definitely going to be a light and dark. And as we can see, it's a global thing. It's a global
issue. Right. And that's the
thing.
Issue. That's my issue that kind of burns me up, that this is a global thing. This is not just, this just happens over here. This just happens over here, as if it was isolated incidences. These are incidences that are happening to us all, African American, whatever, it is happening. You look at the situation in Ukraine yet again, with Africans that are stuck in Ukraine during this time and cannot leave, and been on TikTok and all these other social medias trying to get people to come together to help them get out of a war, of a situation that they're not going to fight because it's not their country. And again, we find ourselves looking like, damn, do we ever get a break? Do we ever get a moment of
no, but we need to get in that frame of mind that when the shit really gets bad and we have to start lightening the load, that they're going to come after us first.
Yeah.
Okay, plain and simple. They're going to come after us first.
Yeah.
When resources start to get tight, water starts to get tight, air, because they're burning down the goddamn rainforest at a record level. They're going to come after us first.
They're still doing that. They've been doing that, and they've been doing that very quietly.
Mm-hmm. And we have to be in that mindset. At least keep it in your mind that that it's coming, and you need to act accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no more playing with these motherfuckers out here,
because they're not playing with you.
But you can't take it for a joke. I mean, it don't get no more serious than this shit.
Yeah,
because that has always been the plan. You know, if you can't use the body, what are they used? You know, what could you use them for?
Especially now at this point, right?
Hey, Rebel, how you doing?
In other news, a North Carolina mom says that Black students were sold at a school slavery auction. In Goldston, North Carolina, Black students of the North Carolina Middle School were reportedly sold by classmates during a slave auction last week that prompted a letter from the county superintendent to families condemning the unacceptable incident.
And the teacher should be fired.
Let's see. I was trying to see what the if I can get an idea of what the teacher said that she was trying to do. But according to the data of the school, it has 195 students. 68% are white, 12% are Black, and 12% are Hispanic, and 6% are other races. I was trying to see because I read somewhere the teacher was trying to explain.
You can't explain with all this shit. I would stay away from anything.
That was really, I was curious to really be like, what was the point of that? Like, what was the point? Were the teachers Black? No. They were white teachers, but I was trying to figure out what was the point. Were they teaching something? Because there was another one. There was one here in Maryland, in Middletown.
Yes, the 3 boys that were posting that they want to kill.
Oh my gosh! One moment. I was trying to look for something and it was calling. So no, I wasn't calling you because I know you're watching. I wasn't calling you. What I was about to say? Maybe lose my train of thought. But yeah. So a school in Middletown here in Maryland also dealt with was it cotton? Yo, people don't listen. Don't listen. Why don't you listen? Stop. Thank you. Yeah, so it was cotton. White students throwing cotton at Black students, whipping them, all kinds of things that were going on. And the students, the 2 students that was involved in this, 2 white students, the superintendent of the school system sent a letter that the children are not to blame. And we don't want to look down on the children. We
No,
don't
the parents
like
are.
the act. No, she said, we don't like the act, but we don't want to punish the children.
Full of shit.
It's like a child that does something wrong, you want to love on them even harder. And I'm just like, what? But what kind of white shit is that? Like,
You said it. You said it.
I really don't understand. How do they learn that this is something that is unacceptable by receiving no punishment, no harsh punishment, that you know that this is not acceptable? You just give them like a slap on the wrist and say, oh no, you shouldn't have done that. It's not acceptable. This is not something or views that we want the rest of the county to know that this is where we stand. So we're going to say, we don't agree with that, but they're still children and we want to love on them and love on them even harder. This starts at home. They didn't just pick this up and was like, hey, let's just do this. Let's get some whips and some cotton and give it to.
No, let's flip the script. If it was Black children doing it to them. they would be
we
expelled.
wouldn't be having this discussion of, oh, their children. This is what I'm saying. But that was my point. We wouldn't be having this discussion of, oh, their children. We need to love on them even harder, because you don't hear that conversation when you're dealing with a student who may have a hard time at home and maybe a little disruptive in school. You don't hear, oh, we need to love on them and love them even harder to help them get through this. You hear, they need to be placed here. They don't belong here. We need to start putting them through a pipeline that leads them straight to prison because that's where they're headed. This is the type of things that we hear. However, in this situation, it was, oh, let's love on these children even harder. Why am I loving on the same children that are learning this from home? To let them know instantly that this is okay. You can't do this right now, but thumbs up, you did the right, I ain't too mad at you. Like, it's almost like, you having a fight and your parents go, well, did you win? And you be like, yeah. You be like, well, damn, good. You should have done that. Don't fighting. And, but I
don't tell them that. I always tell them protect yourself.
No, but I'm saying you play that role, in front of whomever.
No. I never had that problem. No. If somebody, I always believe if somebody attacks you because that's what it is,
right? Yeah.
Then you have the right to whip their ass.
Okay.
You don't have to win, but you need to protect yourself, because if you don't, they're going to continue to keep doing
to do it. Yeah, and that part is true. My mother was an advocate of, you better pick up a brick and
pick up something. That's right.
Bust them in the head. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Thank God I didn't.
Because
didn't have to do
you're not gonna. They're not gonna have somebody always there.
Yeah, that part is true.
And you only need to make an example out of one.
That's it. You just need one, just the one, and everything else should be equalized. I know that's right.
That's right.
But yeah. So it's a lot of that going on.
Glad the kids are out of school. My God.
It's a lot of that going on, and these are middle schoolers, mind you.
Yeah, and they're old enough to know better.
Know better.
They're actually old enough to know better.
So both cases are middle schoolers, and that's disheartening, because you look at them. Of course, we look at them as children because they still are, but they are entering the age of adolescence, walking into high school shortly, and to think, oh, well, they're just babies. They're not babies when they're doing this. They have, are able to develop their own thoughts, their own, things.
They know the difference between wrong and right.
Right. Or white and right, I guess.
Rebel, what kind of pipe did you wear him out with at 9 years old?
You know what?
Oops. Okay. Back to the subject.
We'll wait for the after. Okay, so after the news is over, we only got 2 more stories to go. Okay, so with that, moving right along to the U.S. Census. The U.S. Census has undercounted Black and Latinos, Native Americans, but not white people. Are we surprised?
From a report, we knew that.
Right. Duh. From a report from the 2020 U.S. Census shows that Black people, Native Americans, and Latinos were undercounted, while white and Asian people were overcounted, according to ABC News.
They are everywhere.
And NBC.
You have white you have white supremacists everywhere. They are everywhere. And know that these people were putting extra numbers and children's and everything on those forms. And tossing forms out and things like that. They are everywhere. The system, the whole thing is corrupt.
It is.
Seriously, the whole thing is corrupt. And we knew that there was going to be a problem because of the bug.
Right. No pun intended.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, the bug, not that bug, but this other bug, which is happy birthday. It's been 3 years.
Yeah, right.
It's 3 years of that bug being here.
Right.
But we knew that there was going to be an issue because of, people were afraid to do a face-to-face at the door.
Yep.
They did not have computers. Everybody wasn't up and running at that. So you knew that the numbers were going to be off. But remember that guy that used to be president, was also in a hurry to cut everything. How do you cut a census short?
So you can do what you just did. So you can do just what you just did. That way, that's why they were able to push forth their gerrymandering and continue to push forth Republican legislation.
It has
in a lot of the
repercussions.
states.
It definitely
Yeah,
has repercussions.
in a lot of the states. So the black population was undercounted at a rate of 3.3%, which is up from the 2.1% back in 2010. Indigenous people living on reservations undercounted at a rate at 5.6%, which was higher than 2010 when they were at 4.9%. Indigenous people not living on reservations were not miscounted. So they again, precision and playing chess, not checkers. We get so caught up in the small details of stuff of the, oh, don't vote for this one because this one ain't, you vote for people that have your interests aligned with what you're trying to do. And again, if you vote for them and they're not doing what you need to do, you can press the gas on their ass. There's nothing that says just because you voted for them, you got to rock with everything that they do and say. That's not true. But what we're doing, we're allowing the states to steamroll anything that the government may be trying to do otherwise, because Republican legislation in the states is on an all-time high. As you can see with Florida, with Texas, doing this don't tell type of, we putting gay stars or gay rainbow flags on students now, and not literally, just figuratively.
I was getting ready to say I missed that one.
Damn. Basically saying that if a student comes to an administrator and it, tells them that they are part of the community or they're feeling some type of way, that administrator must then tell the parents within a certain amount of time, or face, I'm sure, not only repercussions with their employment as an administrator in school, but I'm sure they're probably looking towards something to deal with jail to kind of, intensify that fire. And again, taking away people's human rights there, which I think is ridiculous. Again, we always talk about children and protect the children. How are you protecting the children? Because they're children too.
But these are Christians. Okay.
Don't even put that in the mix, because that makes it all together like, what kind of white, saltine, unflavored shit is this?
Mm-hmm.
And this is
good evening to everyone coming into the chat.
Right.
This is the Christian hour.
And this is the type of stuff that a lot of Black men who consider themselves to be woke or leaders in the community hang their hats on too. And it's just like, well, I really don't understand. I don't understand any of it. One minute you talk about, you don't believe in white Jesus, but you're following the same principles of the people who promote white Jesus.
No, they want to align themselves
as being white men. They just want the power.
They just want the power. That's it.
It doesn't matter who gets trampled on. I just want to feel that freedom of being white, being able to do whatever, being able to say whatever, lying on shit and still getting it. I never met nobody who lied on their taxes or lied about their wealth and was still able to get money from a bank. I'll wait. Because that doesn't happen in real life. In real,
not my life.
Black life. In real Black life. They be like, we need to see. You go ahead and say something on the form. They be, oh, okay, we'll send you a letter. They're gonna send you a letter asking you, yeah, we need to see those forms or that extra money.
20 years later, it's like I don't know where to get. Where the hell you even get something like that from? That information from?
Exactly, just full of shit. But yeah, just crazy. Let's see. And also in other news, of course, Biden announces the ban on Russian oil only after he got his ass ate out and not the way he liked it.
Oh wow! Did he wake up? Because he was looking kind of tired and drained, or maybe that's why he's been kind of
and not the way he liked it because of people talking about how are you taking oil from Russia at the same time this is going on, but
that's
still
all of them.
Sanctions, right?
That's
exactly.
It's
not just the United
US.
States. It was a lot of them doing that and still, having this situation go on. So, yeah, it's again holding people, holding their feet to the fire in these situations. But at the same time, this is not new. Again, a lot of us are waking up to seeing this or, really getting engaged now since certain things have happened. So you notice a lot, but this is not new. This is, this is what happens. War goes on or a little conflict goes on and everybody tries to grab at the bit to be like, well, what do you have to offer? Well, okay, if you want some help, I could drop you a couple missiles or I could give you a couple but I can't join, but I can give you some weapons, or I can give you some aid in the form of some funding. And well, what you gonna give me on the back end? You know what I'm saying? So this is just a huge old mess.
The question is, we only receive roughly 3% from them. Why is gas prices shooting through the fucking roof?
The same reason why everything was shooting through the fucking roof when the pandemic started.
Oh, people weren't even driving anywhere.
I know, but you saw how
I know I had to start one of my cars up because it sat for like 3 months before I even went to the gas station because I wasn't going nowhere.
Right, but that end too, it's starting to warm up, so. You can
that they changed the grades over
the grades, so they always.
But it should not be affecting us at these prices.
But they figure now you're going to be going out more.
No, I ain't going no fucking where. I don't give a fuck what these people say. This shit is still out here.
Yeah,
it's probably Delta Cron, Alpha, Omega.
Sci-fi Jesus. Right? That's a lot, but yeah, it's a lot out here, and then the fact that we so quickly do that. We turn our attention from one thing to another as if the other thing isn't still out here. And hey to everybody who's coming into the chat, please don't think I'm ignoring you. I see you. I just start rambling and I don't really look at the chat.
No, because we deep in the conversation and the shit and emotions get to flowing and shit. We see you. We love you, and thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
And please feel free.
That like button.
Hit that like.
Yes.
Hit that subscribe button.
Yeah. If you
put a couple of curse words in the chat, we don't care.
Yeah. It's quite.
Please give us and definitely give us your opinions. If we're just puffing smoke, let us know. We don't know what's going on in your neck of the woods, in your in your part of the part of where you're living in the country. So let us know exactly what's going on.
Right. I'm not everywhere. Although I read a lot, I don't.
It's different when you're reading a story than somebody who's actually here,
living it.
They're actually there, going through it, or being aware of what's they actually have the real story that's going on. You're getting the watered down version of it. That much.
But I think with anything, gas companies as well as other companies milk it for the supply.
Oh no, they're not milking. They fucking. That's what they're doing. They're fucking us with no lubrication. They're not even spitting on it.
But I mean, again, they're doing this again, just like they did in the pandemic with CVS being open and Walmarts and all these other places where you could get food and hand sanitizer and all the shit they was telling you to go get, that people are running, to the store and buying in bulk like they were running their own private Costco or their own private Sam's Club, toilet tissue and all types of shit. And people making money. At the end of the day, somebody is making money off of all of this. And then that's the sad part. You would think this would be a wake up for people to really start investing in renewables. That way you stop relying on these countries for their oil. Because that's why another reason why they do the things that they do, because they know at the end of the day you're still going to rely on them for something that they have that you need, so they can push the envelope, because you're not really going to not, say, no, that's a bridge too far, I cannot, support you in that. You go, well, so I find it funny, especially when it comes to white European nations, because you see the Putinish people or Putin light of African nations. They don't even get that. They may be in power for like 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden somebody's military come and sweep them on through. You don't hear nothing about it. You're like, well, what happened to General Uka Buka?
I remember when they have a coup, they shoot. Yeah, right. Taking a nap,
taking a nap permanently. But they don't play games. They don't play no games when it comes to that type of. Well, no, this used to be a part of our sovereignty, and we're taking it back. In African nations, they will send the UN, they will send NATO, they will send, Navy SEALs, they'll send anybody in there to go clean that shit up real quick, and you won't know what happened to Ubuntu or anybody else who would try to do the shit. But white European nations, it's more like what's going on here? Let's sit back and analyze the situation. And stop relying on the body of mass media. Right. That too. That too. I mean, yeah. In all cases.
Especially that. Especially if we haven't learned anything over the past 3 years, you can't trust any fucking thing any fucking body says. Right. You better vet it for yourself.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We need to be independent. There's nothing wrong with being independent thinkers, and researching things for yourself and having an independent thought. It's okay. We cannot all agree on everything. There's some things that we may disagree on, and that's perfectly fine. As independent thinkers, you should be able to do that. You should be able to have a difference of opinion. As an adult, you should be able to take that difference of opinion, understand it, and not feel a type of way that it's an attack on anything. Is just, okay, you don't feel the way I feel. Okay, cool.
Cool. Yeah. But don't be surprised if why are you laughing? This shit is scary. With all those refugees coming out of shit, what country is it? I forgot.
Ukraine.
Ukraine. Okay. Somewhere. I'm so European white country. With all of those people migrating, don't be surprised if there's another flare up, a major flare up, because you're moving millions of people.
Because a lot of them don't believe in believe in the whole corona thing anyway.
Oh, I thought you meant they don't believe in washing up.
I mean that
taking baths. Shit. They don't even wash their damn knees.
That. But what does that knees got to do with anything? Oh gosh.
What was it? Ankles, legs, or something they weren't washing? They weren't washing their legs or some shit last year.
I have no idea.
Now they have another one. Some actress, she don't wash her face. I'm like, you just nasty.
Allegedly, there's people on YouTube that don't wash their face.
Look, I was rolling because they were talking about the funkiest parts of your body, and one of them is like behind your ears.
Well, yeah,
yeah. I was like, yeah. I mean, besides the obvious places, but other places.
First time it's their belly button.
Yes, yeah. Especially if you have an innie.
Yeah,
but some of those. With them Audis that your mother should have put a quarter on.
A quarter on? But that's supposed to make it go in?
Yeah, you clip when they're babies. That's why they have they actually have belly bands. And what it does is it's a hernia.
Oh.
And what it does is it pushes it back in until the hernia heals. But back in the day when,
right.
Way back in the day, you would take a silver dollar or a quarter and you would tape it to the navel. And, after a couple of weeks, the herniated portion of that would close up.
Oh, okay. Would be the cooling sensation of the core?
No, just because you push that shit in there.
Get your ass in there.
You had to
Yes,
clean it off
every
every
day.
day. Yeah.
Every day. Like all this, I'm not doing that. I'm da 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 da. Yeah.
Yeah, see?
What? This is
Uh-huh.
well,
Thanks, AR.
I'm a younger fellow, so I don't know nothing about
Mhm.
that. But that is
No, a lot of
that's
this shit,
interesting.
people they anything they can send over to China to have manufactured, we used to do with what you had.
Right. No, I
Yeah.
don't doubt it. I don't doubt
You
it.
know, they had them, and there's nothing worse than seeing a grown person with a big Audi. It's like, what the hell is that?
That is poking through their shirt. You're like,
I'm like, whoa.
is you got a baby alien coming out of your shirt?
I'm glad that's all that is.
Yeah. Dear God.
Yeah, but just remember, don't be surprised if there's a you hear about an outbreak
Yeah.
because you have all these people
Or
migrating to these other countries,
or things escalating to the
hmm
point where they
or
are
even
or where they were.
mutating.
Yeah, yeah, very true. Very true. Very true. Because mutation is the thing.
Mhm.
Let's see if I forgot anything. Cal
Cal-
Rittenhouse's
yes, I was waiting for
network
that one.
has been destroyed by the Wisconsin Crime Lab. Anybody's thoughts? Who gives a shit? But okay,
Well, at least they showed it. They showed it being in the grinder, the metal grinder.
okay, but who
Yeah,
say he's not gonna get another one? He's
look, he's
not
going to
banned from getting another one.
he's
So then I did not.
hopefully somebody will recognize who he is and pop his ass.
Yeah, this time.
That's what we would like to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Wishful thinking. But yeah, they showed it being grinded up in the metal grinder.
Mm-hmm.
It actually looked like a toy.
Right. It did.
When the person put it in, you saw
Mm-hmm.
the clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, put it in and just the little
It
chips of
might have
metal.
been. It might have been hell. It was just like we just need to
It
do
doesn't necessarily mean that was the actual same gun.
right. We just need to do this for TV, but we'll let you have it back when it's over.
Hmm.
Yeah, who knows? Let's see. Of course, we know. Speaking about Russia, that they were Russian teachers were given propaganda manuals about the Ukrainian invasion that they must adhere to, or be fired. But again, no surprise there. Um,
What about the Ukrainian ambassador suggesting foreigners?
segregation, yeah.
Yes.
The Ukraine ambassador suggesting foreigners on the heels be segregated on the heels of racist reports or reports of racism. Uh, again, not surprised. Again, this is not we dealing with white on white crime, so I'm not sitting here with like Sally Struthers thinking like this is a bleeding heart moment. These are a lot of Europeans that are racist that believe in the alt right kind of Adolf Hitler kind of philosophy. And this is their way of kind of pushing that forward. I mean, a lot of them are using white Jesus to do so to make everybody feel like, oh, this is the Christian thing to do. But, and you sitting around here looking for a 666 and the shit is right in front of your face is the part that boggles me
Yeah.
with a lot of other people when I hear their commentary or hear them talk about the things about black people voting for Democrats and they over here doing this and doing that, and they got this whole agenda using white Jesus to take over, and kind of make this kind of white nation, white everything, and everybody else be the secondary if you're not like white, which is crazy. But and also, lastly, Texas has flagged 27,000 mail-in ballots for rejections in the primaries. Now, noted this is election year of 2022, so note that Texas with Governor Hot Wheels is already hot on the case. Okay. His wheels are revved up and ready to go. Like I said, more than 27,000 mail-in ballots in Texas have been flagged for rejection in the first test of the new voting restrictions enacted across the U.S., jeopardizing votes cast by Democrats and Republicans alike in counties big and small. Listen, they don't mind losing some Republican votes in large Democratic counties if it will get them a victory. So note that the game is real. And again, the more we sit here and talk about what we should be doing and who to vote for, these people are playing, okay? And they're playing hard. They ain't kumbaya. They're not, thinking about, they're not
They're
even
taking no
worried about
prisoners.
what Tim Scott thinks. They could give a goddamn. Tim Scott is being paid to be the black person on the ticket to show that we're inclusive. That's all that is.
Every time I see this coonish face.
Yeah, it's just crazy. It really is crazy. Like, come on,
coonery
nigga.
and buffoonery at its best.
Yes, like you already know what the deal is and who you are in this party and what you represent for them.
What your role is.
Yes, that's it. It's ridiculous. And then for you to say, well, if he asked me to join his ticket, I would consider it. What?
Let me say it. Nigga, please. Nigga, right. Please.
Oh my God. Come on. How much of a clown do you have to be? I mean,
a big one with a big hole.
Like, it's bad enough that you're even considering letting this man run for re-election after pretty much knowing every day some new shit comes out that he has given.
That's the thing that kills me.
That he has given the Russians more than
everything
about. He did more than that. The reason why they're able to invade Ukraine right now is because of him. And it's just like, come on. But
they should have kept their nuclear weapon. That's what they should have done.
Yeah, that's I believe that too. But they were trying to adhere because they wanted to be a part of NATO. So
I'd have said fuck them because NATO ain't not doing too much, No, because they're caught in. I mean, they're caught in the in between.
Right.
You really can't. All we can do is supply you, but we can't really go in after. Right. But you see all these it was 2 other countries that have put in their applications.
Yeah. Because they know he's coming next. They know he coming.
Oh yeah, he's trying to reclaim all of that, and especially to get a warm water port.
Mm-hmm.
Because the only access to water. Who are you laughing at?
Holy shit. Holy shit. They need some warm water.
The only access to waters is through up to the Arctic.
Arctic, yeah. And
that's frozen, so they need a warm water port.
Pretty much.
Everything comes out, little things come out, bits and pieces for what's being done. But eventually he will come after all of them.
Yeah.
Remember, this is the second time he's been in there. Yeah. And he already has taken Crimea.
Yeah. So I mean, he's not new to it, what I'm saying? And for the simple fact that he is pushing this agenda, and people over here in the West are praising it like, oh my gosh. It's just like, come on, y'all. Just like 10, 15 years ago, it was, oh my God, he's a foreigner. It's not U.S. It's not. Now we just cozying on up because.
Oh no, everything was communist. They don't even know the difference between communism, socialism, or democracy. They don't. And they're fucking traitors, man. The shit that they talk about, especially like on Fox and everything, they're fucking traitors.
Benedict Arnold's for real. But all right, I think that's about it.
We forgot one thing.
What's that?
It was real important. November the 11th this year. Yeah. Wakanda forever. Come on, boy.
That was for the entertainment portion, but I know you.
No, but I can. Well, I can still go. Go ahead. Right on it.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
go ahead. No, that's it.
No, go ahead.
No,
you did it already. You spoiled it. So go ahead.
And when you're grown, you can handle it, Mr. Coconut. And speaking of people handling over the weekends, let's go right to the next thing.
Yeah, I can't handle it. So, anyway, yes, Black Panther 2 it's on the verge of coming out and had a release date, but let's just get right into it once I find what the hell it is. Let's go.
Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Who had been saying that? Who said that? Who said that?
All right. This is the part where I'm sure a lot of people like to come in more because it seems to fluctuate with a little more peaky eyes. When we get to the who said.
So come on, y'all. That's who said that.
Who said
who
that?
was showing that? Who was giving? A lot of people was giving that over the weekend.
A lot of people was giving.
Y'all maybe had to come out of retirement.
A lot of people was given a lot of things over the weekend. Where to begin?
I swore to Black Jesus that I was not going to be coming out here on the weekend.
Not Black Jesus.
Yes, Black Jesus.
Oh,
yes.
That was a deep prayer.
Yeah.
Lord.
I sure did.
So, where to begin? So it looks like Wolf Pussy is back at some people, I guess, because he needs some numbers or whatever. But
was he snapping at everybody?
Yeah, he was snapping at a few people. I think honest, not so honest row.
Woo! Yeah, that's a whole lot. I watched that one. I woke up 4 o'clock in the morning and I was like, damn, these motherfuckers ain't got nowhere to go or nothing to
do. I was confused, but I didn't.
I was kind of confused too, but then
right.
What was I to expect?
Does it make any sense? Does that kind of thing make sense? So you got to stop trying to. I have to learn to stop trying to make sense out of nonsensical.
Yeah, you can't. You watch it for what it is.
You just watch it
and leave it at that.
You leave it at that. But yeah, he came up to him. I think he had some choice words for Wonky Pro. Now Wonky Pro pull your shit out. So I'm just saying, you might want to be careful. He'd be like, what's that name? Okay. And get on hot. I mean, I have my resources too, so I ain't gonna knock them, but I wouldn't be. I don't know, man. I don't know. Past that, because he's unimportant. Not Wonky Pro, of course, but
Blue Wolf. Yeah, that's a whole lot of insanity wrapped up.
That's screaming for attention. I just don't, it's like I don't get it. Like, if nobody's coming at you or said nothing to you, leave people the hell alone. Like, I really just don't. And then
what's the conversation?
But that's my point. If you want a conversation, then be an adult and have one. Don't, kind of do that where you saying something, then you waiting for a response, and then that's because that's the only views you get, where it populates, where people are paying attention because they want to hear what you have to say, because this is the beef sector. And yeah, it is the beef sector, but at least have beef with people that have beef with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's different when you poking beef with some people that don't have beef with you, that don't even know who the fuck you are.
Yeah, because a couple of these players, I was like, who?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they don't know who the fuck you are.
And I'm like, ooh, okay. I said, they knew on the block. And then I was wondering if they were coming from the black sector or I don't know.
I mean, it's ridiculous. And it's sad. It says more about him than it does about anybody else. Like, you watching these people, you got so much to say, but you watching them. So then I don't understand. That's because you don't have nothing to do on your own channel. So of course you got people to watch because you ain't doing shit. So it is what it is. But let's see that. And of course, the Rico situation. I am so overtired. When I say tired, I am tired. And truly, I just wish that people would just stop, like, altogether. Just leave it alone. Like, you said what you had to say about the boy. Leave it. Stop. It is so, like, it's not even, like, caping for him, but it is so, like, beating a dead horse at this point.
Beating a dead 9.5. That's what that is.
Like, in your head, like, it's enough. Like, cool, enough. Like, I don't understand. Like, what's the goal? What's the end goal for this? Like, what is the end goal?
You're right, Lynn. It is exhausting.
It is. It don't make no sense.
Yeah, I'm like, you keep telling me the same shit that I've already heard. I'm like, well,
this is what I'm saying. It's like, granted, okay, cool. Those of you who are really paying attention could tell homeboy was lying about whatever, or wasn't being truthfully honest about whatever. Cool. Okay. Moving forward past that, the constant beratement of whatever he may do or whatever situations he is engaged with because they are his family members, all that kind of stuff. Come on, y'all. We're way too old for the bullshit. Like, cut it. Because if it was somebody that you then held dear, you would feel some type of way about it. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, take a step back and view it. If it was somebody that you really cared about and rocked with, would you be okay with somebody constantly doing that? You wouldn't. So, cut it out. If the person is not coming at you and attacking you, because that's real beef. Beef ain't, somebody's not attacking you and you just feel like you're going to attack them just because you feel like it. That's not beef. That's, well, I don't even want to call it bullying because it's not, we're on the computer. So, but that's you provoking and pushing the button. But, other than that, I don't get it. It's overkill. It's like, he owes nobody nothing. Just like many of us, people could find stories on our relatives and some people, well, explain this, explain that. There's no explanation. You cannot explain other people's behaviors or what they choose to do with their lives that affected them.
They are grown adults.
They're grown people that make decisions. And yeah, they may not be something that we would make, some of us, but so be it. You know what I'm saying? To keep hounding and going after and chasing after and going after this and chasing after rabbit holes. There are plenty of other holes you could be chasing than to be chasing this
Did you say holes?
Chasing this one person situation. It's like it's overkill. It's enough's enough. Like I get it. At first it's funny and entertaining with the, you go back and forth or what this one say, what that one say, what this one say, what that one say. But right now it's like, okay, how many times can you hear the same thing? How many times can you see the person after a while get so out of wits about it that they break down? And it's like, at this point, you enjoy the breakdown. So that says a lot. You push for the breakdown. And instead of you being the older person, bigger person, grown person in the room to be the mature one and say other things, it's like, no, you're going to keep pressing the gas. Because God forbid, I tell you, if it goes the other way and that person does do something that ends it and people can say, oh, I don't give a fuck. That's my life. I don't give a shit. You be lying to yourself. You cut this thing on and you'll feel some type of way about it because that part of you that you try to not, display, that real part of you that would feel some type of way if another human extinguished themselves because of something that you kept pushing, you would feel some type of way. And I think, enough's enough. It's too much, too much. It's cool to go back and forth, ha, 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 crack a joke. But at some point, it's enough. It's enough. It's like, there's no more you can pull from what my grandmother say? Something about something from a turnip. It'll come to me. But you can't like, it's nothing. Water from a turnip or some shit from a turnip. There's nothing you can get. It's like, it's it, whatever it's gonna be, it's gonna be. Some people like to watch train wrecks. Shit, look at what's that lady name? Cookie Tookie. How many times this bitch done been out of program, in a program, whatever. And every time I think, oh, she's gotten it together, she's getting it together. Shit, I give it a couple of 3 weeks or something, and I, not look and go back because it pops up on my thing, and I look, and she's right back in the street talking about, and talking to herself and doing all kinds of crazy shit. And I'm like, oh damn, she's back on that shit. But you cannot, and there's some people that still support it. They still giving cash apps, knowing good and goddamn well you're gonna take that cash app and go buy yourself a hit or whatever. They still support it. So you cannot, you have
to give the person their props.
Yeah,
at least they attempt to go back and try to fix it once. Shit, you're gonna fall down as long as you keep getting up and keep going.
I understand that, but at the same time though, we don't need to be like berating, constantly badgering the same thing over and over.
Well, you gotta remember too, it's been dead over here. It has nothing really
You don't
exciting
think there's
going
other
on.
plenty of people you could talk about? Like, personally, I have my own dick. I don't care anything about what he does with his penis. That's his business. I could care less. I mean, other things are interesting when you find out, oh, okay, that person was lying. Ooh, I knew it. But, that's just me. Because just like I read in between the lines a lot of stuff. And you just like, that don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even, I ain't got to tell you I don't believe you, although, but it just, if it don't make sense, it don't make sense. It just don't. It don't add up. But I get it. Everybody's got their favorite that they're going to back or they're going to support. But I just think, find something else to talk about. Watch a show. Talk about that. Talk about finances. Get people involved in insurance so they can have insurance when they leave on out of here. So they can do that. Do that. Like, I'm so tired. And then to drag people's family members in the shit. Come on, let's not forget, we were all once a part of somebody else's dragging where they dragged other people that didn't belong in the situations. And then people had to sit there and be like, well, this one said that one was involved in other stuff that this person said happened to he or she. And we had to take a moment and defend and be like, no, that don't even make sense because that person would be this age and blah, blah, blah. Think of it that way. We come on.
It's like murder she wrote. You trying to figure out the story, what's going on, trying to be a detective.
Trying to put the clues together. Like, this is not Carmen
clues.
Not where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Like Blues Clues or any of that shit. We're grown ass people. Like, leave it alone. If it don't have nothing to do with the content creator personally, then leave everybody else out of it. Leave it out of it. And you could beef with that person. It's the same thing with people fighting. It's like when I was a kid, if you can't fight with your hands, why the fuck would you sit there and bring a knife? And you can't fight with your hands, that means you're pussy, or you're whack because you had to bring an extra weapon to actually shoot a fair one. It's the same thing. You can't shoot a fair one and go head to head with somebody. Oh no, you gotta go to the lowest of the low or talk about other things that people aren't talking about or people aren't mentioning or whatever, because you feel like, oh, well, if I say this, then this person will never say nothing to me. I mean, you think that. You could think that, but some people don't, You can't kill people with their own truth of who they are, what they have done, how they were born. You cannot kill people with their own truth. Just because they haven't shared it with you does not mean that they're ashamed of who they are or how they are. You're not doing it. You're not doing it. But my whole thing is, again, if you can visibly see people having moments of breakdown, chill out. Chill out. Because it makes you look like something that, well, if you were pushing forward, then hey, you got it. You accomplished it. But honestly, if you don't really want to be considered that person, then you need to chill out. You need to chill out because it's making you look like that person. And that's all I got to say on that. And I'm done with that. Anything you would like to add?
Stop showing all these pictures. I saw you.
Yeah, I mean, and that too, like.
No, but I want everybody to remember too that these are grown people. Okay, these are grown adults. How are you going to shame a grown adult?
They're not kids.
They're going to do what they do what they're going to do.
And if that grown person is ashamed for what they did, they shouldn't have done it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really don't make no sense. You can't be out here, popping your titties and swinging your ass around, but then feel ashamed about it. Like, it don't work both ways. It really don't. Either you're going to stand in your truth and stand in who you are, all of it, or
put your best foot forward. Don't come out here shortchanging.
Your foot, your hoof, your gorilla knuckles, whatever you do, put it all forward. And and be you. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's different. Just because somebody does not walk through the world like you, don't make them any less of somebody that, you know, is comfortable with who they are. They just choose not to. And that's a whole different thing, a different scenario rather, when you deny truly who you are to some folks, and then you portray this whole kind of angelic, you know, I'm a gentleman kind of situation.
Persona.
Right. Because
it ain't real.
right,
It ain't
because it at some point it will crack and it will show, and people will be like, oh well, you know, and that's okay, because if that's who you are, that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't don't be quick to, bash somebody. Oh, I would never. That's the part that got me with the whole situation, is everybody, I would never. Oh, I would never. Oh, and then it comes out and
they
it's
were
like,
must have been
oh,
standing in line.
well, I was just doing that to get them tripped up. Bullshit. Because if that's the case, you was doing it to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
You was doing the same thing to a lot of people, telling the same people you were going to be in the area around the same time, sending the same people a lot of the same pictures to catch everybody up. Bullshit. Come on, man. Like, really? Come on. Seriously, everybody don't have to post the pictures to show that, everybody got the same, the same memo. The fuck? You know what? I cannot with people and the shit that they pull. If you was down with it, you was down with it, and that's cool. It is what it is. Everybody ain't know that you was down with the get down. There was some situations I didn't even know that people was down with the get down until it came out. But you hear me over here talk about stuff. Oh, and this person, nope. And I'm not gonna. But they know. I know. And that's not what I was told. That's not what I experienced. But okay, But I know you. I see you. We see each other. And that's just how I feel about it. When all this stuff come out, that's just what I'll be sitting over here doing. Oh, I see you. I see you. We see each other.
A few? I don't think it was a few. Sounds like standard procedure.
Sounds like copy and paste. That's what the shit was like. Copy and paste over here, like Oprah. You get, everybody get, and whoever hit up, then I'ma use it and do what with it. But you sent it to everybody. Okay. All right. I'll wait. And again, not knocking people for who they are, how they are. I just don't think, you walk around here acting like you're not when you are. If you down with the fuck shit, you down with the fuck shit.
Mm-hmm.
Be okay with that. Be okay with that. Don't be trying to degrade people and, oh, I would never. And, oh, I had to go do this. And, oh, I had to do that. And I was unaware of all this and that.
Sure you were.
Yeah, sure. Right. Sure you were. And again, I'm not mad. I'm not judging. I'm just saying it's just stop. Like, enough's enough with the accusing people, or making people feel less than, or that they're not up to caliber with someone that you would even entertain. Now, don't get me wrong. There are differences from people that you would date and people you would fuck and the people you would, take home to mama and the parents and stuff like that. Some people have categories of folks.
But obviously these don't. But anyway.
It's just crazy. But anyway, moving right along. Let's see. Some congratulations in order. I think it came back and done a little tidbit thing. Jay Dunn. It was nice to see her come back. She did a little tidbit on Jay Wilson and the infamous bug / whatever thing that was in the back of his thing. Which I mean,
It's an insect. It's a bug.
Yeah, I mean, really. I mean, I get it where people would run with it and banter with it because again,
well, yeah, it's who it is.
Right. And this is how stuff works. When you do stuff to people and it happens to you.
Yeah. But that was no roach.
Yeah, but it don't have to be. You know what I'm saying?
But it was close enough. It was a bug.
But that's what I'm saying. But it don't have to be. You know what I'm saying? And for you to take it and then be like, and then it happens to you. That's how karma works. You know what I'm saying? Like it may not be the same magnitude, but it's still something that people are dragging and keep dragging on. Now they're trying to talk about what kind of bug it is or what kind of bug.
I heard extermination tutorials.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
These people went all out.
What product to buy? Boric acid. I done heard all types of stuff to get rid of.
Yeah, but it wasn't a roach.
Spiders,
and it wasn't a spider. It was one of those. It kind of reminds you of a grasshopper, but it has a shorter body, but 2 long back legs like a grasshopper. And you see them in the summertime.
Yeah,
but shish.
Yeah, but
it's warm. As I say, it's warm down there.
Yeah. So I mean. Either way, it really didn't.
If they were your friends, they'd have said, you had a bug on your back of your wall.
Right.
And that would have been it.
Right.
Right.
And that's the bigger thing. Everybody was there really to watch, take their screenshots, and just,
them motherfuckers was heading keys off.
Yeah. And they were sitting there listening like, I hear you. I hear you. And sending it to whomever they need.
Oh, you know who was hilarious? Troy Allen, because he did the close up and everything. Oh, I was like, damn! I didn't know you could. Zoom. I said he must be using.
I'm not surprised. But again, that's all I'm saying. When you do,
he must be using OBS. Yeah, because he was all up in it, frame by frame. He was sitting there looking like a news reporter.
And then it moved left. And then it went right. I can imagine.
And then, of course, he went to the tutorial for home exterminated. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
I bet. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm sure I will check it out. But I just, again, we just be mindful when you poke fun or you do things to other people.
Yeah, that's true, Len. Like I said, that's because of who it was.
Yeah, it can come back to you in a different way. It don't have to come back to you in that way, but it can come back. So just be mindful.
But give everybody a good laugh. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But like I said, your true friends would have just told you got a bug on your wall and kept it at that.
Yeah, that part is true. Like, oh, you got a little friend, a little visitor.
I mean, because anytime you can see some of these in these wigs when they have those camera slips.
Horns and stuff growing over top of people's heads, all types of shit. And ain't nobody saying, "Ooh, girl, you got something growing foreign on the top of your head."
I think you better edit that out.
Right. I think you need to stay behind the black screen.
The real black screen, not the green screen,
not the green screen, but the black screen. Yeah, no, I don't know. People are funny that way. Let's see what else do I have. I think that's it. I did briefly see, I think, Fibe's mom. They had a little party for her getting a degree, or her. I don't know if it was like a ministerial degree or what have you, but congratulations to that.
This was her mom.
Yeah, we're always supporters of course, education and even continuing education because you never stop learning. So we don't want to ever feel like, oh, I've accomplished this, so I'm done. Granted, you may not go back to school, but at least still read and keep yourself engaged in what's going on.
Definitely, because that's the free shit right there.
Yeah, that's right, and that's that no one can take from you. So regardless, so
I used to call it useless information.
Yeah.
Until I found out that it's not so useless at all.
Right.
All this shit's coming up now. It's like, oh wow, yeah, I do remember this. And I can reference. Oh yeah, okay, I remember this. Yeah, I did read this somewhere else.
Right.
So believe me, it's not useless.
Truly not. So definitely shout out to that, and that's always a plus. Other than that, shout out to my friend L. He was actually in the chat. It's his birthday today, so yeah, happy birthday to you. Don't
Happy
get too
birthday.
drunk and drink yourself into a stupor. And as far as that, of course, you already did the spoiler, but yeah, Wakanda is on its way back, and it will be coming. Well, now will it
My
be?
bad, but I was too excited, and we
It's
needed something nice.
it's now I wonder if they're going to do the um, Disney Plus streaming or do both. I don't know.
When it comes out.
Yeah, when it comes out. Because I'm very much used to this whole staying at home, just bloop, pressing the button and just watching it.
I'd rather do it home. I hope they do it home, but that's okay because if I get it, I don't play.
But even to give the option or just have them stream both.
I think it would be to their advantage to do both.
Yeah.
Depending upon if there's a flare up.
Mm-hmm.
Because by then we'll be going back into the fall and the winter months.
I don't. That's what I think about people running around here without wearing masks. I don't. I absolutely don't, because I think at this point it's ridiculous. There's no reason. Granted, you can do what you want. It's your it's your business, your prerogative. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, put your mask on, but I'll be wearing mine. I will have mine on.
I'll have mine. Don't worry about mine.
Don't worry about mine.
And definitely don't say nothing to me about you don't have to wear a mask, because I'm gonna tell you, kindly mind your motherfucking business.
Right.
I have no problem with that.
And in that order. Yeah, because I think that's ridiculous. 1 minute you want to talk about people being oppressed, and here we talk about oppression by somebody mandating that you wear a mask to protect yourself and other people, but just mainly yourself. To now you're going to try and mandate that people not wear masks.
And stay 6 feet away from me too if I don't know you.
Yeah, that part.
Because I was like that beforehand. Let me stop.
Yeah, really, truly. If I didn't come in the store with you and you walking all up behind me, can I help you? Like, can you back the fuck up off the back of me? Thank you. I'm arguing with friends about wearing masks.
No, don't argue with them. They grown. They grown.
Yeah. As long as you wear yours or however.
Yeah, as long as you take care of yours, and if you have children or whatever, if they're young people, if they're teenagers or whatever, and you just tell them straight up, look, don't be bringing no shit in the house. Right. You know that somebody's sick or whatever, blah, blah, blah. You let it know that you need to keep your mask on.
Yeah. Because I'm not here to sit here and go back and forth with grown folks. That basic biology.
Viruses don't follow rules.
That basic biology would tell you that, hey, if you have a foreign entity in any kind of situation, if it is not communally attacked and taken care of, it will grow and spread and get larger and
change and adapt
right to the atmosphere that it's in. So it's the same thing. So again, and then we use this as a form of oppression. It's a fucking mask. Nobody's not telling somebody that they can't vote or they can't wear a hoodie or they can't play in the park, or they can't be laying in their own bed, or driving their own car, or have their own firearm on them that they have license. No one's telling them that they can't do that, but somebody's telling you, hey, put on a mask so we can help everybody and ourselves, and you have an issue with that. I really just don't. Again, I'm confused.
Yeah. Just get into the mindset, just like the Japanese and the Chinese.
They've been
doing it forever.
Michael Jackson's been walking around this motherfucker with
the mask on.
We've been sitting up here talking about he looked crazy. What?
Or you would, you would catch a flight and you would see a person wearing a mask. We just have to do that now. That's our new reality.
That's our new normal. Especially
when's the last time you had the flu? Or a really, really bad cold, except for Melissa.
But
Oh, we should get it from the tacos.
no,
No, she ain't want to go because they ran out of chicken. That's what that shit was. They had no chicken. But yeah, just get that. That's the new reality. When we have, in crowded places, and if you're not comfortable with it, put your mask on. Fuck them.
That's it. That's it.
If somebody say something stupid to you, fuck them.
That's
plain
it.
and simple.
That's it. They don't pay
because you're gonna have people like
right. They just want to want to have something to say, and let them say it. At the end of the day, nobody's taking care of you if you happen to succumb to this thing, but you or your close immediate family. So therefore,
don't touch me. I don't know where your hands been.
Who gives a damn? And that too, a lot of motherfuckers don't wash their hands anyway. So why would you?
I don't know who I was talking to, and I told him, "Oh, it was Houston Bread." I put in the chat. I told her, "Yes, and don't shake hands with men that wear suits. They don't wash their hands.
They don't wash their hands.
They are nasty. They'll go in there and piss like a racehorse, and walk right the fuck out. They'll walk to the mirror, then run their hands through their hair. Now,
one of my friends,
go ahead.
My friend's brother, he was driving to a job actually, and was videoing this guy in the car next to him. He was in his work van, and the man was digging up his nose. Had a sports car, BMW sports car, digging him. I mean, all the way up in there. Then he just took his hand and just rubbing through his hair. I was like, like that is so gross. And we'll get out the car, shaking people's hands. Passing out memos and doing all types of stuff. And y'all wonder why this shit is spreading.
When I used to be in white spaces, because they love to touch you and pat you and stuff like that. And I'm always like, "Ooh, don't do that." I tell them. And they really got to know me. It's like, "Oh no, don't pat them, don't touch them."
Nope.
I'll greet you. I'll nod.
Stay out the goddamn bathroom on Taco Tuesday because they blowing that shit up.
Lynn T, I went in the woman's bathroom once. Oh my God! It was horrible.
It was like the first 48 in some of the women's bathrooms.
I didn't know vaginas and anuses and stuff could smell like that. It was horrible. Oh my God!
I thought men's bathrooms were horrible because some men's bathrooms
they just piss all over the floor.
Yeah, some men
just piss all over the floor.
But
oh my God, it was horrible. I never, and it's like, but y'all had the nicest shit. Now it needs to have
shit in there. And flowers.
Oh my God, it was terrible.
Areas and the shit.
Hey, Babs, how you doing?
Fucked up.
It was unreal. And it's like, no, it makes me think twice about going down.
Yes. Floating tampons with the blood still in the water. You're like, you didn't want to flush that? You didn't really want to flush that?
Yeah, how you just hop right up?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Actually, what you should do is when you drop it, you flush it.
Right.
Because that suction pulls all that gases, those gases from the asses pulls all that shit right down in there. That's how you do it. You drop and flush. Unless you have a medical condition and you think you might need to check.
Like Martin,
but you drop
squash. That's a drop it.
Oh my God.
It's the one good time, but no, I've seen some floaters.
No, but not just nasty. It's nasty.
Yes. But what would we be without women? Okay. I was just trying to pull all those images out of my head right now. Yeah. So,
it is. It is rough.
It's rough. Rougher than I thought.
It's one of those. It is one of those sights and smells that just kind of imprints. In your mind. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I really had to go bad too. There's nobody in the women's bathroom. I went right on in there. I was like, oh, we'll be doing that shit again. It's like if I didn't think I would.
What died?
It burns us.
It burns us. It really burns us. Yeah. And then I'd be like, because then I was always talking about like, damn, and it's always a line. And so y'all have a line to go into your bathroom to go into that?
Yes, wow. I can imagine. Wow.
I was really.
I bet you wish that you had urinals on the wall.
I know.
That's all we do. Go piss on the wall. We go piss on the wall.
That's it.
Ah,
I mean, very seldom you have to go into the stall because maybe the urinal's all caked up. Because I am not a urinal sharer. I do not like the whole. Oh, how you doing there? If you don't
no,
get your
that's white
ass
men.
away
That's
from me,
white men dick watching. That's all. That's all they doing. They do it all the fucking time. How you
it's
gonna hold a conversation with me and I'm trying to go to the
you.
bathroom?
That's no, I can't. I can't do it.
Sheesh.
But yeah,
Mm.
horrible sight. But anyway, um, other than that, shows watching. I still haven't got to watch Bel Air yet, but I did. I've been watching a few people's synopsis, really, of uh, the image that Bel Air displays of the reality of the Black family, and it's not geared towards white success, but actually what we should identify success to be in our own right, whatever that may be for us as Black people. I thought that that was cool. So yeah, I will eventually watch it, but I still have other stuff I need to catch up on, like Snowfall and.
Yes, that was good.
Yeah, I need to catch up on that real quick. And I keep saying I'm gonna do that after this, but I always wind up watching something else like The From, which I've
Yeah.
caught up to, so I can now watch other stuff. Man, that's crazy. Please check that out. That is definitely
Yes, it's very good. Yeah,
that's
you know they show it on online or on demand first before they air it.
Mhm.
Because I was DVRing it at first, and then it's like, well, shit, where is it? It didn't show up, but it was like on demand.
Right.
So I had ripped it
Oh, okay.
to get it because I could watch it on the computer, but I couldn't watch it on TV.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh man,
So
that's crazy as hell.
that's been pretty good. I've been stuck
Yeah,
watching.
but Snowfall's good. That is
I
good.
gotta check it out. I've been stuck watching. I was watching this by accident, but it was a pretty good show. Sinbad, I think it came out like in 16, 17, 16, maybe even 18, 19 or something like that. 2000.
The Sailor?
Sinbad.
The Sailor?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was like, oh, okay. Because the Black woman I saw in it, I thought it was the woman from Insecure. I was like, oh, but then as I watched it, I was like, oh, it's not her, but it looked like her. But I was like, oh, it wasn't her. But it was a good show. I was like, oh, okay, not bad. Not bad. And I binge watched that for like 2 days. So then I was like, okay, I need to find something else to watch. So yeah. But yeah, I think we definitely need to support more shows that view us as us and not in the white image of what we should be. So
yeah, the stereotypical images.
Right. Of a Carlton wanting to be a white man, or
Well, he's in a white space.
Yeah, but just because you're in a white space, like any spaces, you could still be yourself. So
I think if he had lived in another environment beforehand, he's always grown up in that.
Mm-hmm. No,
he's one of those ones where he's too corny to be with the
right. with the
folk, but he kind of fits in
with the. But even with this, from what I heard, I haven't watched it yet for myself, so don't hold me to it. But with the new version, I hear that Carlton is still woke. He's like woke, even though he is in this space, but he's still very much aware of his Blackness and things that are going on around him, which I think in the Carlton reference, it was more comedic, and he wasn't that aware of his Blackness until shit got real. Like they got pulled over, or he, had to go to the hood that time with Will to do whatever they did, and he met and then all of a sudden he changed. Those are times where he was confronted with his Blackness, but other times he very much kind of, lived his life like, that wasn't a part of him. And this side, from just a brief synopsis of looking at it, haven't really looked at all the episodes, it looks like it's more of a like, this is life, and this is what it is.
Well, that he may even be ignoring the microaggressions, things that are said, or he just doesn't know, is it them saying racist things, or the one kid saying racist things, or is it just that I'm just playing with you, that type of thing? He doesn't know where the fine line is.
Interesting.
Where you been at, Patty? How about the women's bathroom is a scary place? Yes, it sure is scary.
Ugh. It's a disgusting place. And you jazz it up with flowers and seats and chairs and things. You're like,
yeah, make it. Yes, it's all a lie. That's all I want to tell you. It's all a lie. I'm thinking the women's bathroom is all that.
Right. It's like you go to a different place, like, oh, this
you walk in one room. Look, before you even get to the main room, you would walk through one and you'd have these mirrors and your little chairs and everything. Like, with the men, all you got is
urinals.
Urinals, just white things all down the damn shit.
And you lucky if you got a mirror with a sink that works.
Right. The best thing they did was put in the if you wave your hand underneath, the activates the water. You don't have to touch anything.
You don't have to touch nothing. Yeah, definitely not.
Hey, Virginia Redbone, how you doing?
What's going on, Virginia? She said, "Y'all stop." Lynn T.
It is. It's just. I tell you one thing. It makes me sit down at home.
That's right. Right. Enjoy the comforts of sitting down at home.
Sitting down at home. That's right. Shit. Don't be splashing piss all over my bathroom. Sit your ass down.
Right.
That's like when I was potty training my grandson. I told him, well, when you're at home, you sit down. Except for in the morning. You had that little morning wood, and you be trying to push it all down. You be pissing all upside the walls and everything else. So you sit down. I said because I have to clean this bathroom. Okay, it's like until you start cleaning bathrooms, you sit down. I said, but when you go out, you make sure you stand up unless you have to go number 2.
Now, I don't know who taught a lot of it because I used to some of my male godchildren, they'd be like, could you go to the bathroom with me? Sure. And then they started this whole like pulling all their pants down. I'm like, whoa.
It's like why you get undressed. I never understood that either.
Whoa. What you doing? Don't do that. They're like, what? They're like, no, mommy said no, don't listen to your mother. Okay.
You're gonna push all your pants.
Right. You done pissed
all piled up. Yeah, all piled up because you never know where the aim is gonna go.
That too. And then my whole thing was you standing at the urinal. I don't use this creepos out here. And I don't
full ass out.
But
okay.
Please
full ass out.
Yeah. They just like don't do that. Don't do that.
Look, now I can understand you can't find the dick hole in your underwear. Because that is like you've been to piss yourself trying to find the dick hole. Especially when you gotta go. You gotta go real bad. It's like you fumbling. It's like, no, just pull that over top of what you call it.
When you home, that's a different story. However you feel comfortable when you home. But when you out, please don't do that. They're like, okay. I was scared out of my mind. I didn't know what to do. I said, oh God. What you trying to do?
Because they're pretty much pulling their pants all the way down. Then they have to lift their shirt up.
Right. And then I'm just like, first of all,
they're just standing there.
Yes,
and they go, and it's
disgusting. Like, I was like, the floor is disgusting. All this stuff is really gross. Please don't do that. Don't do that. I know they're like, you scared me. I thought something was wrong. Something was really wrong. Like
really something. Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, they're older now. They laugh about it now. But I remember I was freaked out.
Oh no.
Who told you to do that? I was like, she's a woman. She don't know.
Yeah, that's what. And that's what she said was she's a woman that she don't know that.
Yeah, men do not do that.
You say, Lynn, you can't relate. Hey, Lynn, I met a girl that she could pee standing up.
I bet a lot of these women on here could pee standing up. They have balls of steel.
I was going, no. I'm keeping quiet on that.
Woo. They have balls of steel.
Oh, yeah. But
oh, God. But anyway, I think that's all.
It's a nice trick, though. It's a nice trick. It's funny. 'Cause they can aim and everything.
You got to have strong, what they call cankle muscles or whatever that is. Sharpshooters. Pew, pew, pew.
You say you know a few too? Yeah.
Damn. Mm-mm.
I mean, I guess some of them may be envious because it's so quick and easy.
Because you can stand up at the urinal. But what do you do about shaking though? Like, do you stand over the urinal and do that and do like the whole?
No, that they would definitely drip.
Yeah,
unless they get a wad of toilet paper beforehand.
Pad, maybe.
But what if you have extra meat?
You put a little drip.
You have extra flaps, you know.
The curtain of beef.
Oh. All right, we got 8 minutes to go. He said the curtains of beef.
So disgusting.
Stop, Led.
I wasn't prepared. I wasn't ready.
You wasn't ready?
What the fuck is that?
Oh my God.
Yeah. I've never seen that before. I had to like play cool to be like.
You didn't scream, did you?
No,
you didn't scream. You didn't jerk back and being like.
I did jerk back. You did jerk. You call that jerk back? Like, oh shit! What is that? She's like, what? What's that? Oh, okay. And I mean, that was it. After that, it was just like I wasn't. It's like I've never seen that before. That's foreign.
Oh my God.
That's foreign. But more power to people who have them. Now I'm aware.
Now like
I know
everything
what they
else,
are now. I am.
You can have it trimmed.
Right, I'm versed on
everything else.
But it was like at that moment, that was my first time seeing one, experiencing one, and it was like doing the whole touchy thing, and it was like, oh, okay, and it was like, oh, what is that? Like, it slapped me 5. It was like. That's what it did, and I was like, "What the fuck was that? Like, who was that?" I thought it was like a hand came down and was like, "Hey, what's up, player?" Like somebody was in there, just like, right? Somebody was in there, like, "What up? You got this too?" They're like, "Whoa, who the fuck is that?"
You know what?
I had to cut the light on. Like,
I dismissed you.
What is that? I dismissed her.
You are terrible.
What's wrong? Oh, nothing. I just got to work in the morning, and you got to work in the morning, so we're just gonna call it tonight.
Terrible. You are dismissed.
Sorry.
That is hilarious.
I'm sorry. I didn't know what a meat curtain was.
Yeah. And then after she left, you ran to the bathroom and threw up, right?
I didn't throw up. I was calling people, and
guess what I saw?
I was like, no. I was calling my female friends to be like, ask them, because they like to ask me about stuff, either male stuff or kind of in the community stuff. And I was like, girl, I don't fucking know. I told you I'm not that person. Like, how does this look? How does my makeup look? It looked fine. Well, should I use this makeup or that makeup? Bitch, I don't know. I'm not a makeup artist. Like, I'm not that person. Like, I get you. I love you. And, but I'm not that person. Don't ask me about what
so you look all right.
You look all right. Like, right. Did this make me look fat? Do you feel fat? That's me. Do you feel fat? No, I feel great. Well, then you look great.
We look great. Mm-hmm.
Like that's
Why
me.
should it depend on what I think or what somebody else thinks?
All day. That is me all day. Don't ask me about, should this go? Now, if I feel inclined to be like, you should wear this with that, or maybe with a little more color, but like, don't ask me makeup, hair, weave. Don't ask me. I don't know. It look nice. It don't look nice.
If we're going out, and I'll look at you.
Yeah,
if something them shoes don't go. No, you got something else.
Or if it's something that catching eye, like you don't wear that. Like that's about as far as it goes.
That's not becoming. No.
But I'm not gonna have you like. I'm not that friend to be like, yeah, you look a damn mess, and you let the person go. No, you're not. No, we're not doing that. But
I ain't gonna let you walk out the house looking like that.
Other than that, I'm not that pressed on that type of stuff. But it'd be funny though. So she'd be like, oh. I called them up like they called me. Y'all got extra stuff down there? Not everybody does. Oh, okay. I mean, I'm not asking to see yours. I'm just asking because I didn't know that happened. That scared the shit out of me. I literally jumped back, like, and she knew it too. She was like, "Everything okay?" I don't know. Let me cut this light on. I said, "Let me cut this light on." And once I cut the light on, I was like, "God damn."
Damn, you fuck up somebody's self-esteem. I tell you that, but
I'm sorry. I tried not to.
I'm taking.
I've been told I'm mean.
I'm taking my corned beef and I'm going home.
You are. You can take your corned beef. Serve it up for Patty's Day on Thursday. Okay, serve that shit up for Patty's Day because that's where you could use it. Speaking of St. Patty's Day, it is fastly approaching, and for those of you who celebrate, make sure you wear your green or whatever, and
get your green mask,
right, or your green backgrounds.
Yeah.
But celebrate, have fun. I mean, some of us have, of course, many of us have Irish lineages in us somewhere from some, rapings that happened somewhere down the line.
Oh, when you put it like that, it really makes the
like a Hallmark card.
I mean, yeah, you know that. Now you know that is one that could be on that. Oh my God,
that's a Hallmark card right there. Kiss me, I'm Irish through raping, or R word, in other words. But I mean, again, reality checks, people. It's really how it happened, unfortunately, for a lot of people.
He's an extra. Yeah, I often wondered when people have extra. Doesn't that chafe? Oh my God!
I mean, it's the same thing with some of the guys in the little,
the hoodies.
What they call anteater thingies. It's like that's some when they pull it don't even move. It's like it can't. Like, isn't that unsanitary? Ain't that? I don't know. It's just all together. Everybody just be like, it make you just not want to.
It's because you used to saying circumcised was like a helmet. But then that fucks them up in the end because the foreskin protects the gland.
Well, see, I mean,
then you wonder why they banging somebody's guts out.
But you didn't know that when you were. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
No, that's because they were doing it.
It was already done.
They were doing that shit because it's like, oh no, it'll keep it clean in that way. It's like, hell with that shit.
It'll chop. So you didn't know it.
Shit, the first goddamn thing they do in the damn hospital.
Yep, that's it.
Circumcise you. They'll ask you first.
Snip. Yep. But that's about it. That's all I got for you guys. Anything else you want to say before we close on out of here?
No, nothing else I can think of.
All right. Well, listen, everybody, have a safe, it's been a pleasure as always hanging out with you guys. I can just imagine the plethora of things that's going to be said this weekend or coming up. Let's see what the new stuff is going to be.
It'll probably be some of the same old stuff.
Yeah, which of course can be
because it has to have that ripple effect.
I really guess. Yeah, but just be safe. Continue to wear your mask as it starts to warm up because it was a pretty warm day today.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty nice for the next week or so.
Yeah, and
up in the 70s.
We turn around and have snow next week.
Yeah, what was that? Was that Saturday or Sunday?
Yeah. It was
had that wind, had the windstorm.
It was Saturday. It was Saturday into Sunday, and I heard it too. I've never really heard the wind change like that, and I just happened to be up when it came through. It really sounded like a fucking truck.
It was loud.
It was quiet, and it was like no wind because I had the door open, the balcony door open, and then all of a sudden it was like, I was like, and then I felt it, and I was like, oh goddamn! They say cold front, they don't be lying like that.
Yeah, they weren't. They weren't lying. It was because it was nice before that.
Yeah,
shit blew in.
Yeah. That shit definitely came in like, I'm here, bitch.
Well, everybody had pneumonia,
right?
And you still had to wear your mask,
right? Yeah. So, I just do it, and I think that we should all, however means you protect yourself, you should do so, and do what you're comfortable with. But in no way do I think people should be mandated.
Don't listen to your government, man.
Right. To wear or not wear. Choose, what is best for you. But
because they're itching to go back to what it was, and it's not going to be that way. It's just not.
That's it. It's
And if you don't want to be bringing that shit home, or catching it from some stranger because they done breathe on you,
or catching some different strain or some shit that they done got because they already nasty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, they can't wait to get back to being nasty.
Right. That's all it is. I just want to be nasty. Like, you're already nasty.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. But everybody be on the lookout. Choose wisely. Yes, Petty Duke. Choose wisely. Moisturize. Can't say that.
Just don't pick up anything that invites you or that wants to be invited over.
Moisturize. Don't put your mouth on everything. Don't be trying to want to put your mouth on everything.
Everything's not meant to be gnawed on.
Everything's not meant to be gnawed on, even though you may feel the urge. Some things you just gotta, step back.
A lot of things you need to just step back.
Well, I mean, some people can't step back from the table when it's time to eat, so you can't say that. Push back from the table. Push back from that tequila.
Thanks, Doc Sir.
Right. Yes, please do. Just be mindful.
And everybody that pops up in your DMs, you don't have to answer.
Yes, that is true. Be more careful. And be more selective. Even if you entertain the DMs, know that, there may be an agenda behind that.
Well, there's always an agenda.
Yeah, there is.
Mean, like I said,
you have to decipher that. You have to know that. The discernment has to be on and popping, like ding, ding, ding. You can't do
that's majority of them want any damn way. So
yeah, well, I mean that too, but be mindful too that some people, although they may, kind of want to covet you in one way, they still want to kind of demean you in another. So, you can't be just all willy-nilly, like, which makes it bad for a lot of people, but, did you ever be more careful? Okay, I did. I did years and years and years ago. Please don't ask me what it was, because I remember like bits and pieces, but yes, I did.
We'll just be more careful.
It's a book.
Oh, okay.
It's a book basically geared towards LGBT, LGBT man. But it's about didn't the person live in Baltimore, I think? Was it an Elon Harris book? I think it was a book. Elon Harris book, I think. Don't quote me.
You say you too, Len?
But it's been a long, long time since I read that book. Like really, really long. I think it was like in my early 20s. Yeah, I think so. Early 20s.
Yeah, I guess because nobody talked about it. That's why you needed a plethora of friends.
Well, I had a plethora of friends, but I had a plethora of like straight friends and then a few gay friends, and that's how I got yes, but not Elon Harris. Oh, okay. That's how I got introduced to a lot of like Elon Harris books and Be More Careful and stuff like that, was through a lot of my gay friends. I was like, oh, did you read this book? And I was like, no. I was like, oh, okay. And then I read a lot of the Donald Goines books, and I was just like, this shit is too gangster. I'm not that gangster for this shit. Like Otis went to Evermore, was like, yo, you gotta read that book. You gotta read it. I read it and was like totally appalled. Like, did you not want to save your sister? If you want the same shit, I said, did you not want to save your sister? Did you not go through all the stuff you went through, and you see your sister about to embark on the same journey that you went through, and you just like, I'm gonna just let her go through it. The fuck kind of sister are you? But then it brought a whole lot of thought process. Like my brother was like that, like very much like, I ain't gonna really say nothing. I'll let you kind of do your thing. And it's just like, but if you see it, why not say something? I've always been a safe kid.
Yeah, at least mention it.
Yeah. I've always been a say something kid. So that's always, even to, the disagreement of other people or it being uncomfortable, a lot of situations, I've always been, well, why you do that? Why, why
if you can answer, if you can ask it, I can tell you. If I know it, I'll tell you. There's never been an issue.
Yeah, I've just never understood that. If I see it, I'm going to say, hey,
yeah,
blah, 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 blah. Like you may not even understand why I said it or how I said it.
Oh yeah, I'll give you the heads up.
Yeah, you don't understand.
Something's not savory.
Right. You don't understand me.
Well, I think you should know something, even though that's maybe that other person's business.
Yeah.
I will tell you, I never had a problem with that either.
Neither.
I want you to be aware because
right.
I don't want you to get caught out here.
Right, caught out there looking stupid.
Then you standing there and your eyes looking like two big goddamn saucers. You're trying to I didn't know that.
I didn't know. Right. Yeah. I mean, even
why did somebody and they for whatever reason may not even have told you.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
That's crazy.
People get themselves together. And two, please somebody email me if you happen to work at Walmart, because I had a question. I needed to know if you have a replacement plan and you can't find the receipt, can you still go replace things? Because my headphones don't work. A little ear things don't work. Yeah, and I already.
How long ago has it been?
I had the 2-year replacement, so it's coming upon a year for that. But I also use
because it has a number.
Already. Yeah, I used the Apple one already, but I was thinking I was going to use it because I used the credit card that I have that I bought it with. I had that, so
so you can't find that.
I can't. I know I had the credit card. I just couldn't find the receipt.
The receipt. Yeah, I was going to say because they're all.
When I was doing it online, it was asking for the receipt. I'm like, but I don't know what that is. I mean, I kept it with the thing, but somehow. I don't know, and a whole bunch of confusion. It is misplaced itself, which happens. So I was like, oh shit. And yeah, because they are really shitty. Like I could hear, but people can't hear me if I'm talking on them. And I've already replaced them with Apple. And that I think they just fixed it enough to be like, okay, till your warranty goes out. And then it's like bloop, they're back again. And I'm just like, God. This shit sucks. I like for all this, I could have got some Sonys or something else. Though.
Yes.
Yeah. So
but you want to be in that Apple environment.
Yeah, so that's what
it's an apple, but it don't work.
Yeah, right. A rotten one with a worm in it. That's my next move
you definitely better. You better do it now because you ain't gonna get no parts from China, man. I'm telling you, that shit back up. All them motherfuckers, they in lockdown.
Yeah, and it's crazy though with the new whatchamacallit. With the new what I was about to say. New iPhone. Yeah, that is crazy. But anyway, that's all I got finally, and that's it. That's all. But thank you guys for sitting around and listening and hanging out. It's been a pleasure as always. Just have a great night. Have a great, safe week. God bless. Good night. Keep your head on the swivel. Moisturize. And don't show no dry, dusty pieces. Keep all your pieces intact. All right. And until next time, peace.